Alright guys, good morning. Hope everyone is doing well today. It is Friday, January 10th. What's up, team? Alright, so I'm drinking my coffee, you know. Let's take a look at what's moving today. Alright guys, let me fix my green screen. That's not that bad, I just got little specks, but that's okay. Alright guys, so number one watch. Well, we got a few different stuff. The market's actually pretty voluminous today. Number one, we got STRNE or SRNE. I might look for some put options on this one. Gonna keep an eye on that. ACRS, watching that one, gapping up, popping up a little bit. AZRX, gapping up some. mRNA is one I'll for sure watch. It's tradable for me. I'll definitely watch this one. We have SNX. We have Trail, first of all. I bought a put option on this one yesterday. It's not looking that great. But good thing we still have like a month and a half for this one to drop below 250. You know, but these are the stocks I look for put options on because most of the time these come right back down. And so we're going to give it a few days. We still have like a week in order for this one to work. We'll see if it does. I'm not getting my hopes up that much about it though. But yeah, we're watching Trail, overextended for sure. I just don't know if it's going to come back to my levels. We got INFY gapping up from 1048 to 1106. That one looks solid. We got DERM, DERM. We got I popping up here. We got a few other ones like AMD. We got MU. We got the overall market, which is gapping up some. I posted a watch list earlier. Let me find it. Yeah, we got BYND. We got SNX. And then we got some other stuff that's just following the market. We got LK as well, which is the gap down actually. But it's super volatile. Huge green day yesterday. And now it's gapping down some on a pullback. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm telling you, Shannon. I'm telling you. Tesla's dead to me. Like I said, the problem with it, here's the problem. It does not respect the VWAP. It just doesn't. You know, yesterday it wasn't actually that bad. I'll say this, for me at least. But that first hour or so was terrible. Look at this cross over and under the VWAP. It just doesn't respect the VWAP, especially if you look historically on this thing, man. I mean, look at this. Just chop first hour, chop first hour, chop first hour, chop. I even documented it. You know, it just doesn't respect the VWAP very often. Look, first hour extremely choppy here too. And so that's the problem with Tesla with me, is that for day trading the first hour of the day, it's just not beneficial. It's not favorable. We'll see though. We got a few other ones like RACE, Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY here, gapping up some, looks okay. I might watch that one. That one did fade nicely the other day. We got UNG gapping up. And then we can look at the gap downs, which are PTLA, big gap down. We got SIX, solid gap down. We got CYT or CYRX, solid gap down. We've got Grubhub, solid gap down. We got URBN, solid gap down. And then we got DGAZ, which is natural gas, which is down as well. So a lot of movement this morning, really. We actually got some solid volatility. What's up, Maestro? What's up, Rhetorical? What's up, Terry? What's up, Shannon? What's up, Jonathan? What's up, brother? What's up, Mo? What's up, Jay? What's up, man? Alright. But yeah, that's what I'm watching today. We'll see what we can find. I'm not loving anything, but there'll be some good options, I think. Man, I'm trying to fix this green screen, man. Look at this. It's a little bit better, I guess, but I'm still. It looks like I'm reserved to just having these speckles right here. I don't know why. Maybe if I move around, it'll be better. I don't know. It'll still work. That'll be fine. But yeah, SRNE, I might look for some put options on this one too. What's up, Luke? What's up, man? I don't know. Somehow Robinhood filled me with 2 different shares of Trill. I don't know how. I didn't want 2 shares of it. You know? They filled me with 2. I didn't want 2 shares. Oh well. Let's look at SRNE, see if it's got anything. It does. Good pricing on it. I mean, the only good option for SRNE is like the $5 option, and even there, the strike price is like $3. So it's like, I don't know, man. They're just terrible pricing for these options. None of them are favorable. None of them are. Like, you could get an SRNE put option, but the best strike price you're going to get is at 330, which is right here, which is effectively below this gap, you know. You got one for 350, which is right here, but that's cutting it pretty close as well. That's literally the best strike price you can get. Why would anybody pay for these? That's my question, though. Why would anybody pay for these? There's literally not one option on Robinhood on SRNE with a strike price over $4. Not one. Oh, give me that. What is that? Oh. What? Hold on. Hold on. Sorry guys, I'm opening up business paperwork here. It's my membership certificates for my business here, for one of my businesses. See, my membership certificates came in. Alright, I'm going to put these up and deal with these later. Alright. But yeah, like I said, there's literally no put option. You can't buy a put option on Robinhood on SRNE with a strike price over $350. This is the best strike price you have here. Literally, this. Down here, this is the best strike price you have. So it's like, why would anybody pay for that? The gap has to completely fill, you know? Love you too. Here, hold on. I'm gonna give my kids a hug goodbye real quick. Hold on. Alright. I'm back. You never really answered if you think INPX is a pull or hold, if you don't mind looking. Yeah, I got you, bro. Hold on. Let me see. I mean, I think it'll probably go to 0. I don't know when. It could get pumped up a few more times before then. But just looking at the long-term chart, I think INPX is pretty much a terrible company. And it'll eventually probably go to 0. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that it will. This is all pure speculative opinion. It very easily might get pumped up a little bit more, a few more times before that happens. You know, a lot of times failing companies' insiders are very desperate and they'll do whatever they can to make money from a failing company. So it might get pumped up a few times. Hype might get behind it. But long-term chart looks very, very weak. And yeah, I think it's probably a terrible company. But like I said, it's pure speculative opinion. Not 100% sure. Just my take on it. Not an investment professional. I'm not liable for any losses you take. You always got to make your own assessment. Trade responsibly. This is for pure entertainment purposes. I'll say that. Somebody said, could you do a talk on multiple streams of income at some point? You remind me of me in the past. I was into eBay, real estate, online poker, day trading. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I'm into. I mean, I'm into Amazon. I've got a few Amazon businesses. One of them is a Kindle business. The other one is a mail order business. And then I'm into poker. I don't really make that much money from it, but I do make money from YouTube, obviously. And, you know, I make money from real estate as well. My basic mentality on all of that is you know, there's a very true saying. I don't know if it was Gary V that said it, and I don't necessarily like some of the stuff Gary V puts out. I think he's just, you know, a motivational speaker, and it is what it is. He does his job, I guess. But one thing I think he might have said it, which is true, is that the average entrepreneur fails 6 times before they succeed. And yeah, I can vouch for that. That's 100% accurate. And the problem is that most people get discouraged. It's very similar to trading in general, right? Most people get discouraged before that happens. You know, they may try 3 things, fail at all of them, say it's impossible, I don't know how anybody's ever successful, or it's rigged against me, or whatever they want to say. But the truth is that it took me multiple different tries at a lot of different things, you know, to be successful at it. Like, eventually something sticks, and then when that sticks, you know, and you make enough money with it, it frees up time for you to work on other stuff. And then when that sticks, you know, you got 2 sources of income, then that frees up even more time for you to build other things. And, you know, one true saying is that money makes money, right? Like, capital, the definition of capital is purely just money used to make money, you know, or anything used to make money. That's the definition of capital. And so, you know, whenever you start to make money from a few different sources of income and streams of income, then you can kind of invest it into others, and that kind of snowballs into allowing you to be comfortable. But it takes a little bit of time, and you're probably going to fail multiple times before you succeed, and that's 100% accurate. And it's just about whether most people have the perseverance to actually get through that and, you know, wait and keep trying until something sticks. You know what I mean? All right, but yeah, let's see what we got here, team. I'm gonna start looking up some news. Like I said, SR&E, I just hate the option pricing. I mean, it's good if I'm the seller of these options. It's a great option pricing because, I mean, again, nothing even close. None of these option prices are even close to being acceptable to me. I'm never gonna buy any of these, but somebody might. Specifically put options, you know. Again, the closest one is 350, which is just a terrible one, you know. All right, but yeah, we'll start looking up some news. Let me do that. And I'm not trying to act like I'm the most successful guy in the world, because I'm not. But I do live comfortably, you know. Alright, so SRNE. We go ahead and look at this one. This one's gapping up from $3.40s to $5. But yeah, I guess the whole point of that, not to come off too much like a motivational speaker, because I think it's still very easy to fail even if you try things over and over again, and I don't think some people have the money to just continue trying different businesses over and over and over again, or the time. But I think that it's a numbers game, and that the more times you try, you know, the better your odds of success in business are, you know. And I think you got to just understand you'll probably fail a few times. Very similar to trading. You'll probably fail a few times. I know I did, but you know, I opened up a lot of different things online before anything stuck. So biggest thing is niche research. And one thing is true, like, people are trying to hack the system and find the best algorithms and find the best this, the best that. The reality is, if you make something that people actually want to see, then you'll grow organically anywhere on social media and anywhere. If you just make something that people want to see. And so when I started making content on YouTube, I literally just thought about stuff that I wanted to see, and then I made it, you know. And you just make something that actually is valuable to people, and they'll watch it, and they'll buy it, and they'll do whatever, you know. But if you make something that nobody wants to see, and then you're getting frustrated that nobody's watching it, you know what I mean? It's never going to work. You got to just make something that has value to people and that people want to see. And that's something that Mitch and I would always talk about. And you know, it just kind of grew from there. But yeah, so SRNE gapping up from $3.40s to $5. And that's on, I guess, YouTube specifically. What's up, Jonathan? What's up, bro? Man, look at my green screen, man. My green screen's all screwing up. I guess it's when I put other stuff on it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look at this. SRNE is up. This one's up after the company said it received an offer from a private equity firm on Thursday. They didn't name the private equity firm, but they did say they received an offer, a proposal for the acquisition of majority of all Sorrento's shares for up to $7 per share. So they received an offer. It doesn't look like they have accepted it yet, and they did not name that specific company for SRNE, but they're putting out something that said they did receive a buyout acquisition offer for SRNE. We'll see what happens with this one. Yeah, it's a non-binding acquisition proposal is what it is. What's up, Dre? What's up, man? Alright, but yeah, that's it for SRNE. We're also going to look at... we can take a look at ACRS, another penny stock that's kind of moving some. This one is up on positive trial data for ACRS. So this one is up after the company announced positive results from the ATI 5450 PKPD 101 study. Which is basically the study is for a single ascending dose and multiple ascending dose, or SAD-MAD. They said the phase 1 trial resulted in marked inhibition of the TNF alpha and was generally well tolerated at all doses tested in the trial. So positive trial results is what ACRS is gapping up on. Let me turn the music down a little bit. At least it's a little bit too loud in my headphones. But yeah, positive trial results is what's making ACRS gap up, and we'll see what happens with this. But that's what I'm watching, is ACRS. It's gapping up positive trial results, usually a legit catalyst. We'll see if it continues up. It's not gapping up a huge amount relative to a lot of these other penny movers, but it's still worth a watch, I think. As you can see, I was definitely wrong. I mean, listen, it's hard to say whether I was wrong or right for Trail yet. You know, I still have a week. And a lot of times, like, these daily charts go like this. And so it's not looking up. I'm not going to act like I'm super hopeful that this put option specifically is going to turn out well for me. But, I mean, I had, like 4 different put options, and this is the only one that didn't work out. And so not bad percentage accuracy there. But, yeah, a lot of times with these, you'll see up, and then you'll just see down. And so we're going to wait and see what happens. My strike price is like way up here at like $2. And so I got plenty of room for this one. And we still got a lot of time for this one to come back down some. And so we're going to wait on that. And this is one of the benefits of put options, is that when I buy put options, basically a short option on stocks like this, this one can go to the moon, and I'm not going to lose more than I paid for the actual option. You know what I mean? Like that, my risk is very limited with options, because if I was shorting this stock, the higher it goes up, the worse I'm gonna. I'm just gonna be eating losses. The higher and higher. I guess hypothetically speaking, I could lose an infinite amount of money. But since I just paid for the option, the only thing I'm really risking is what I paid for that option. It's a way to limit risk when you want to short stocks on a daily basis, like on a swing trading basis, really. And so we'll see what happens with Trill. Not super hopeful with it, I'll say that. But that one's up, so check out Trill, gapping up some nicely. Looks strong. Even though I'm holding that option on the downside, it does look kind of strong. So we'll see what happens with it. Maybe worth a watch. We have SNX here. SNX gapping up some. This one is up. They put out something yesterday that said they're up on separation, fourth quarter, and a dividend boost. And so it traded up around 10% after hours. The reason it traded up was because it disclosed a plan to separate into two different companies. They also posted fourth quarter results that were better than the analyst expected for SNX, and so that's what's going on with this one. It's worth a watch. I mean, a pretty big range here. It's gapping up from 128s, 80s, all the way to 140, so a solid range in pre-market. We'll see what happens with this one as well, but it's on my watch too. Sava, S-A-V-A, is on my list as well, and this was a penny stock that ran the last few days. It's worth a look at. Not really seeing any catalyst here for SAVA. I guess it's just up on momentum from the previous few weeks, but it's worth a watch. What is this? RYA. What is this? RYAAY. Sorry. No volume. Don't like it. We got INFY as well, gapping up some from 1048 to 1105. For INFY, this one is up after, it looks like third quarter net profit that beat their expectations. So they posted third quarter results, and their net profit beat expectations for INFY. We'll see what happens with that one. It's worth a watch too. I believe it's tradable as well. We got one of Mitch's favorites today, which is DERM. DERM moving a little bit here. I don't know what was the cause of this huge push, but it's worth taking a look at for DERM specifically. This one is up after they are going to be acquired for $18.75 a share. Okay, that kind of makes sense. It's an acquisition. It closed yesterday at $18.34. Eli Lilly is going to buy DERM in a deal valued at $1.1 billion, and again, the price is $18.75 per share. And so that's what's going on. Derm acquisition. Somebody's buying DERM. We'll see what happens with that one. We also have BBBY here, gapping and moving some. BBBY. This one is up. Let's see if we can find it. All right, Barron's put out an article that said Bed Bath & Beyond has so many ways it can't approve, and analysts can't help but be bullish. So, sorry. Who put this article out? And it's a big article from Dow Jones Newswires. Is the one that reported on it. I'm trying to see who actually wrote the article. All right, so it says Mark Tritton, which is the new CEO, made his debut on the earnings call at BBY. So I guess that's what's going on with this one. I'll have to look up a little bit more, but they did have a good report on BBBY that says some people stand bullish in this one. So we'll watch it. It's worth a watch. We'll see what happens. I'll come back to that one. Then we also have, let me see what else I had this morning on my list. I know I posted it this morning. Let me repost it just in case anybody missed it. Here's my gap ups list. There's my gap ups list, and then here's my gap downs list. And I'll go over the gap downs real quick. Let me get Mitch in here if he's trying to. There he is. All right. All right, so yeah, also, I don't know why I put LK on the gap ups, but there was another one that I missed, which is mRNA. mRNA, huge gap up here. This is one I'm definitely interested in. I like the range, I like the price, and I think that it should be solid for us to trade. So I know it's definitely tradable for us for mRNA, and so we're going to keep an eye on that one for sure. Let's see. So this one is up. They posted positive early stage results for the cytomegalovirus vaccine. Sorry, my nose is completely stopped up this morning. It might be allergies. If you can hear that, like I can't breathe out of my nose. But yeah, this one's up after early stage results from their cytomegalovirus vaccine, and they start dosing in mid-stage study as well. So positive results and positive data that came out for the mRNA, and so we'll watch it. It's a bio drug. We'll keep an eye on this one. Just to kind of go into a little bit of a mixed one, that it's gapping down now, but it was originally gapping up, which is LK. LK gapping up from 44.37, actually gapping down from 44.37 down to 43.90 here. Let me get Mitch in here real quick. Here we go. Let me do this so he can hear me. Hold on one second. Yo, what's up, man? There we go. All right. But yeah, LK, you can see LK's just moving a bunch. Let me find the news on LK specifically. Like I said, it was originally gapping up, and it went all the way as high as 47, and then it came all the way back down. So I'm looking at a few different things here that came out yesterday and after hours specifically. On January 7th, LK put in the Luckin Coffee Express vending machines and their Luckin Pop, which is mini vending machines, and they said its number of self-operated stores reached $4,507 at the end of the year. So they put that out on the 7th, and you can see we had some very bullish action from this stock yesterday, and I guess this one is probably just a pullback from that, but it's definitely worth a watch, and we're getting a lot of volume that came in for LK specifically that we'll keep an eye on. Now to go to gap downs, we did have a few gap downs worth a watch. PTLA specifically, big gap down from 2470s all the way to 1440, so a huge gap down. I'm assuming this is either an acquisition or bad trial results. And so let's see for PTLA. All right, so this is fourth quarter sales results that were not good. So bad fourth quarter results for PTLA, and it's down significantly because of that. It put out net revenue that was approximately $28 million. Let's see. Yeah, they expected the preliminary global net revenue of their Andexa for the fourth quarter is expected to be at $28 million, and for the full year is expected to be around $111 million, which I guess was worse than expected for this company. We'll watch it, but yeah, bad fourth quarter results for PTLO. We'll keep an eye on it. There's a few other gap downs that we're watching as well. SIX is gapping down some. SIX. Let me turn my headphones up just in case I can't hear Mitch, which is Six Flags. There we go.
I'm here. I'm just letting you talk, brother.
Okay. What's up, man? But yeah, so SIX, Six Flags gapping down substantially here. This one's down after lower fourth quarter attendance that came out. So yeah, it says it's down after revenue warning. They said their revenue was down $8 million to $8 to $10 million from a year ago at $269.5 million, and the FactSet consensus was at $286 million, so worse than expected. Fourth quarter revenue is what's driving Six Flags down. We'll keep an eye on that. We also have Grubhub here gapping down from 55.70s to 50.52 for GRUB. And then this one is down. Let's see what is causing this. It looks like something came out yesterday afternoon. So it looks like it was an acquisition, is what's going down with this one. Let's see if we can find out why. Alright, so Grubhub did put out something that said they are, quote, unequivocally not running the sale process. And so maybe that's causing this big drop in Grubhub. Basically Grubhub put something out that said it is denying that it is for sale. So that's what's going down with Grubhub. There was speculation that it was there was a buyout yesterday, but they put out something today that said that they are not for sale and that they are unequivocally not running through the sales process. And so that's interesting for Grubhub. We'll take a look at that one and more to watch, I think, today. And then that's basically it. We got a few other stuff like Urban, URBN, gapping down, but not really much volume that I like. It doesn't really look that good to me. Do you have anything else you want to look at, Mitch, before I go over the overall market news?
Always.
All right, go ahead, bro.
All right, guys. What's going on, guys? How we doing, chat?
I gotta go.
What's going on, guys? Good morning.
I'll be back. I'm going to get myself some nose spray, man. My nose is just super stopped up. I can't breathe my nose.
All right. Good morning. How we doing, Shannon? How we doing, Bo? What's going on, Terry, Maestro? You got Emmanuel in the house. Chaz, Tim, John. What's going on, Futures Trader? Of course, we got Joe. Joe's probably excited about retail today. We got Drea and Danny in the house. So what's going on? How you doing? Good call on AMAT yesterday. Jonathan, of course. We got Ken and Ken. Anna in the house. What's going on, guys? If this is your first time stopping by, definitely say hello in the chat. We always like to be friendly, so definitely say hello, man. All right, guys. So today is the job data day, guys. Job data day. So we got our job data. I'll go over that in a little bit. Really, I'm just going to get into kind of the stocks that I think are hot today. We did get an earnings in KBH. KBH, you see it kind of moving fast today. This is because of earnings. This one's definitely going to be in play. This one had a huge breakout on the daily chart up there to 37, and the earnings have knocked it down to 36. I think what you really need to watch on this chart is going to be if 3680s, if it can break back above 3680s today, I think this can break out. If it rejects from that level, I would look for a short. But right now, we went down. First, we went up to 3750, went down to 3550, and have been bottoming here around that 3580s. So I'll be looking for this one to bounce up there to 3650s, maybe 3680s, and see what happens in that price point. Good morning. How we doing? All right, guys. So another thing we can get into is our downgrades and upgrades. Downgrades today, major news. We got ACB getting hit really hard, guys. This one got hit with kind of a $1 analysis. So, I really don't see this one maybe get into that $1. But the problem with ACB is that they have multiple problems, whether it be with their board or their profits. One of the things that I see easily is a bottoming here at 140. They're saying that it's going to get down towards $1. So we're talking somewhere down here. And it's all going to be dependent on if it holds that 140. I think there's a long-term support there that it could hold off of, but we'll see if it can hold 140. ACB looking like it's wanting to head down. CGC and Cron, I still feel strongly about. What we've seen here on the daily and weekly chart is actually a pretty good sign. Let me move some of these kind of trend lines, resistance and support away from here so you guys can understand it. All right, guys, so we're getting this bottoming effect. We got a down one, up one, down two, up two, down three, up three. I think we're going to make a chance to break 2168 today. And if we don't break that, we should head down towards the support and try to rejuice up through the 20s. We did get a pretty substantial buy at 20 yesterday. So that's going to be the price point on the downside that I look at. All right, guys, going to move on to a different downgrade here. DPX getting a downgrade. Dropbox getting a downgrade from 28 to 19. So pretty much not the best call here by analysis, but I do think Dropbox still probably has a little bit more on the downside to go. It bottomed out here at 1716. I think it could head in towards the 1750 area today, but we'll see if that one gets back above 18 and heads towards 19, or breaks down through the 18 and heads towards 1750. Another one that I'll be watching, guys, is AMAT. AMAT getting an actual bullish rating here. The bullish rating was from a neutral to buy. I like when they're neutral to buy because that means that they were in consolidation and now have broken out. That's really what the analysis is here, guys. It's a purely technical move. They're just reading this breakout and they're saying that, hey, this has been in consolidation. That's pretty much neutral. And now that it's broken out, it's turned in bullish. So really not the biggest kind of buy signal here, but I think, you know, this can continue on up here. Where can we get to? I would watch for certain supports to hold, like 62.30s and 62.50. But if that can hold on the downside, I think we could get above probably to the 65s, and then we'll see when we get up there to 65 how we do. All right, guys, another one that we're looking at in the tech sec is SKWS, Skywork. If you actually look on the weekly or daily chart on this one, look at that thing rocket up there. You know, when we were in that down period in October, kind of when we were looking negatively, this stock was at $80, and then now is almost, well, it is above 120. So that's a $40 raise there. This stock has really been shooting off, kind of like AMD. Now this stock could get a pullback towards the 110, but you know what I've been seeing in the tech sec is that everything's been kind of getting some boost, whether that be AMD, whether that be MU, whether that be AMAT, whether that be Marvel Technology. This one's looking a little bit more laggish. You can look for this one. This one does have a bullish rating today, Marvel, but these tech sects have really been hot and they've been moving on up. Another one that I'll be looking for today, guys, is IPOs and shorting retail. IPOs like Lucky, LK, been ripping out. We talked about that one. Chewy is one that I'm interested in today. This is one that actually Kramer was pushing. So I'll be watching this one to see if it can break out above this 29.93 mark. I think that's going to be vital for it today. You can see it on the daily chart, really trying to break out towards that 32. We'll see if it can get back above 29.93 today. Another one to watch that's been moving big time lately is CrowdStrike, CRWD, really building up down here at 55. I think if it holds 55 today, you can get a move up there to that 58.50s. If not, then we could break down through 55 and head down to the support of 52. So I'll be watching that today. In retail, John talked about Urban down really big today. So one of the stocks that I'll be watching, guys, because Urban's down, is Macy's. This one's actually on the top end of kind of the 52 week. It's up here at 1798, 1760s. I think if 18 holds today, 1814 holds today, we could get a down move in Macy's down towards, let's say, 1690, maybe $17. So definitely going to watch Macy's today. Also with that one, I'll watch A&F. This is another one I'm really kind of bearish on. I don't think Abercrombie & Fitch is going to survive another year. So I think the top could be right here also at 18. And we could see that kind of hold today and it come back down towards 1640s and maybe 1560s. But definitely feeling like a short in retail is available. You look at KSS that kind of led this industry on the downside. And this was because of holiday news and guidance. You see it's still down at the bottom there. I wouldn't try to short this one, but I'd pay attention to it to kind of be the market leader. If you see KSS today just break through this 45 with big volume, that means there's probably big time shorts put on the retail industry today, and it could keep breaking down. Yep. All right, other than that, guys, we got the non-farm payroll for December at 145K versus 164 estimate. Private payrolls at 139 versus 152 estimate, and U.S. unemployment rate for December at 3.5 versus a 3.5 estimate. If you saw when the numbers got released, the SPY kind of dropped and looked like it was heading down. And what happened, guys? The buy the pullback mentality jumped in there. They bought all that pullback. So we'll see today if we get a down day because of the job numbers. But really, what we've been seeing in this market is always the buy the pullback mentality. So until I think the SPY breaks, let's say 320s on the downside, I'm not really going to be looking to short big time. I've been seeing stocks move on up. Been looking for more VWAP bounces. But of course, if we see a big down move with big volume, we could always play the fade.
Yeah, look at LK right now, man. LK is starting to tank. It's down to 42.70s right now.
Yeah, so LK has a tendency, because I'm just going to talk about LK real quick, because LK is one that I've been watching since the breakout of 35. So what I've seen on LK is it does a lot of measured breakouts and measured pullbacks. So a measured pullback for this bar that happened yesterday, I look at 50% of the bar. So the bar was $6.27. So I would look somewhere in a $3 pullback area. $3 pullback is to the 42.40s. So look towards 42.50s today, 42.40s holding up. And if that holds with big volume, you can get back up to 45. Lucky has a tendency of doing that because we got this breakout towards 40. And you see the breakout actually came from this 32.09. It was about an $8 breakout, and it pulled back here towards 34 and shot right back up. Definitely Lucky's been being bought up by a lot of investors. I think it's starting to get a little pricey, over $50. We have to start being careful with this stock. It could retrace. But if you look at it on the weekly chart, this thing's going up and up and up. Look at the amount of volume that's jumped in on it. I also got news of options traders jumping in LK. Right here this is from Benzinga Pro. On Thursday, subscribers received 4 options alerts related to unusual large lucky trades. So we got a great amount of call options at a 45 strike price, at a 49 strike price, and a 48 strike price. So all strike prices above and getting bought up calls. We're talking thousands of kind of contracts. So that's a big bullish bet. We're looking at somewhere above $250,000, $300,000 being put in lucky on options on the upside.
All right, so I might head on to the main news team. Let me see. So we got... So I will go over the jobs report that did come out today. So we do have this out. It shows the U.S. added 145. Let me pull up the SPY.
Yeah, I just talked about it.
Yeah, that's why KHS is popping up, right?
KHS
Home.
No, that's earnings.
Okay. Yeah, I saw KBH.
KBH. That's KBH earnings.
Yeah. See, that one's worth to take a look at, and that one's not up yet. My bad. All right. So like Mitch said, U.S. added 145,000 jobs in December. Wage and labor market gained consistent with the Fed's outlook. So that is something with the overall market that's worth a watch today. You can see the SPY is up from 326.60s to 327.20. Let me see if I can find the ETF preview here. Let's see. Checks SRNE. What's up, Mr. Glitch? Music is too loud? My bad. Oh, let me check. Let me lower it. Hold on.
I'll check it.
There we go. I just lowered it. That should be fine now. Alright. I don't know why sometimes Thinkorswim gives me the ETF preview and then sometimes it just doesn't. What's the Dow Jones?
QQQ?
I don't know. I think it's like DJI. It's like sometimes it's DJIA.
Yeah, but you could look at the triple Q. It's the same thing.
Well, I'm trying to see what news it puts out there. Like usually when I type it in on the news section, it'll give me the ETF preview for the day. That'll show me like commodities and like stuff like that. But for some reason, it's just not. Let me see Dow Jones. I guess I should be able to just type in Dow, honestly, and it'll find it for me. Dow Jones. Yeah, I'll just look it up myself. I guess that's what I have to do. Because usually it gives me like an ETF preview. Oh well. I'll just type it in. Alright, let me just type in open market news today.
It's pretty much probably just going to talk about the job numbers.
Yeah, I think so too. Here, I found one. Alright, so this is from Investors Business Daily, is what this one is from. Let's go ahead and figure out. Okay, so yeah, so I'll go ahead and review this. So this is from Investors Business Daily. It's quoting from there, and it says it rose modestly this morning with S&P futures and Nasdaq futures. Stock market rally hit fresh highs, which is the SPY, as you can see, went up there to 327.74 as a new high. It gives extra reason. This saying that gives extra reason to avoid buying Apple, Tesla, AMD, and BABA and LK. We'll see if they're right. I don't know if I necessarily like the picks aspect of this one. So Dow Jones futures were 0.2% above where they were. S&P futures were up 0.25%. NASDAQ 100 futures climbed 0.45%. They had a positive analyst rating on price targets for Facebook, Google, and NVIDIA. Let's see what else we got. See if I can find. This is from Thursday. I don't want this. No, this is today. All right. So ETFs that are running are FFTY, IGV, and SMH. Let's see if we can find where some commodities info is at. Let me see. See if I can do the markets business. So silver is up 0.05%, so 0.05 cents. So silver's up 5 cents, up 0.30%. Oil is down 61 cents, down 1.02%. Natural gas is up 4 cents at 1.89% up. We do have a few news stories from commodities like Saudi Aramco has been seen $200 billion of market value erased since its record-shattering IPO as Mideast tensions drag it lower. That was put out 4 days ago. A little bit too late for me to like it, really. Let's see what else we got. All right, so gold's current price is at $1,551 per U.S. ounce. Again, that's down 1.36 and down 0.08%. We got natural gas up 0.04 cents, so up 4 cents, which is 1.89%. Oil Brent is down 32 cents or 0.51%. What else we got? Yeah, and that's about it. And then the overall market news, the job numbers looked good, causing the market to go up. That's basically what we got today. What else we got, team? Music is too loud? What? Question of the day: who thinks gold will rally as a safe haven when the markets start dumping? I mean, I think if the markets start dumping, gold will obviously rally. The question is whether the market starts dumping. It's plausible, but I do think that, here's the thing, right? This is what I really think. Okay, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm not the best fundamental investor, I'll say that. But one thing I do think is that I think the trade deal is expected to be signed in 5 days. And I think a lot of people that are longer term holders are going to be front loading before this news and then anticipating a spike and surge up once the news gets released, if it does get released on the 15th that the trade deal phase 1 deal has been signed. And I think a lot of people are going to be front loading onto that. And so we'll see. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. All right, sorry, my wife's trying to get some property tax info here. Where do I find the strike prices on Robinhood? When you buy the option, it'll tell you the strike prices. Let's see. What's up, Desert Edge? What's up, brother? Obviously. I'm saying that I think it's obvious that gold is a safe haven. So if the market crashes, gold goes up. And I think that's historically been very accurate. Again, not always. Nothing's 100% trading, but I think that's my take on it at least. Can't hear me. What? Oh, y'all can hear me now. I was arguing with my wife. Why is Mitch muted? Did I accidentally press the mute?
What's up?
There you are.
Oh,
what's up, bro? I don't know. I must have accidentally pressed the mute button on you, Mitch. So the music, Here we go.
No stress.
All right, guys. I got to help my wife because my wife is impatient, and so I'll be back.
No worries, man. Yeah, guys. So some people talking about that Beyond Meat gap up. I'll tell you one thing. I'm trying to short this stock, not buy it. I don't believe in the Beyond Meat. I believe that in the last couple of days, there have been releases about kind of competitors stepping in their area. I think this is just a pump up, and then this will eventually die right back down. My guess is for BYND to end the year underneath $50. So we're talking about a 50% pullback from here. We'll see what happens. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, man, Apple's been ripping. Tesla started showing some weakness yesterday. Double top there at 98s. So what I would watch today to see if 490s, if it can get above 490s. I think you might get a quick spike near the open going towards this 488, 99s. And then if that breaks, see if 490s breaks on the upside. If not, I think this could come back down maybe to 475 before it wants to break 500. That would seem measured, a $25 pullback, and then it breaks up through 500. So be watching today to see if 488's up there holds or 490 holds for Tesla.
All right, I'm back.
Starbucks has an up rating above 100, actually to 107. So Trick Daddy, you think that Starbucks breaks 100 on earnings? That's what the analysts are betting on. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, my wife Carol was on the stream already this week. Yeah, I think I'm muted to Mitch. Hold on, oh no, I'm not. Okay. Yeah, my wife Carol was on stream this week already, Michael. She came on stream, so she knows everybody here. Honestly, she just needs to learn how to use technology because she didn't know how to save a document and email it. So you gotta learn technology, man. I gotta interrupt my stream. I'm not talking bad about her. She's a good person. She's actually, my wife's really cool. She came on stream this past week. I'm just rushed before the bell,
Doo-doo. All right, time to get ready, guys. 9:25. Get your plays ready. Know what you want to play. All right, one stock I'll be looking for it to come back on the bullish side is FEYE. This stock pulled back big for the last 2 days. We'll see if this stock can get back above 725s today. If this stock just rips right out the gates to 750 and pulls back somewhere near 725s or 710s, I'll definitely try to get in there for a 40-cent breakout. That's what I'll be looking for in FEYE. AMRN is another one. You guys know I made a great call on AMRN yesterday and made it over $90, close to 100. So gonna keep an eye on this one. What I need to see in AMRN is 1950s hold right out the gates. I see 1950s hold right out the gates. You can get some bag buyers to step in there trying to break it through 20s. If 1950s breaks with big volume, like you could also look for the fade towards $19.
Let's do it. Yeah, there's my wife is immortalized. She has her own thumbnail. So she's gotten with the times. I'm just slightly messing with her. Like, she knows what she's doing. She's just I'm just kind of messing with her. But yeah, she's got her own thumbnail, man. You know, she's cooler than all of us.
And you saw they tried to kill ACB today.
Did they really? Or cannabis? What?
Yeah, man, they tried to kill it today.
I'm gonna get this stuff ready for the open.
They downgraded it to $1.
Honestly, this stock has been looking kind of weak, man.
Yeah, it's the board.
Yeah.
The board is not making the right decisions. And when the board doesn't make the right decisions, or investors feel that the board doesn't make the right decisions, they just start looking elsewhere. They switch. They transfer their money. And I think that's what happened in ACB. For a long time, there was this belief that ACB was going to catch up to CGC and Cron, and that's just not the case. They have too much strong backing. And I think that's really what's keeping CGC and Cron up, is that they have such strong backing with their investment that they got at the top, that they're going to be all right. They're going to hang around. Now, ACB had a little bit smaller investment and really kind of diluted their stock way too much and trying to get investors. And I think that's really what happened to ACB. Dilution is real, guys.
Yeah, man. Honestly, the cannabis sector looked weak for a long time, and it still kind of looks weak. I think that's why shorts have been working so well. But I think that you never underestimate how much big corporations want cannabis to stay illegal. You never underestimate that. I mean, it's fairly obviously they do. Pharmaceutical companies more than anybody, I promise you, want cannabis. It's also it's pharmaceutical companies and law enforcement. Law enforcement, and of course, this might make somebody upset, but law enforcement would rather lock people up for an herb than lose that money that they make from locking people up for cannabis. It's absolutely ridiculous. It should have been legalized a long time ago, but we'll see.
One of the things that I use for the cannabis sector, guys, is whenever you're looking at a long-term chart, try to pull it back even further. If you look at CGC in a monthly chart, you're going to start seeing that the bottom here on the monthly chart is 1371. We created a double bottom at 1769. So what I would watch here is for that bottom to be my ultimate risk. I think this stock eventually might make a pullback towards 15 before it rips out for the year. And it's just trying to collect some volume up here at the top. That's why I'm kind of, I'll play it for the short term, but I do think that these stocks still have a little bit of pullback before they really rip. But if you look at it on the monthly chart and the weekly chart, you see the amount of volume that's getting in here at the bottom. And that's what I like to see. I like to see a great amount of volume getting in at the bottom, because if it's been shorted from the top, it could be profit taking and buyers getting in. So that's two things that could happen there. It could be a short squeeze or bulls getting in.
All right, there's the bell, guys. Good luck. Let's do this. Let's see what the overall market does at the open this morning.
I can tell you right now, 50-cent push on CrowdStrike right out the gates.
Look at mRNA. This was one of my favorite ones this morning. mRNA, it's tradable, a big gap up. Look at this drop. So huge drop for mRNA here. SNX, which is Synex, is pushing up. But yeah, mRNA, big drop.
Yeah, let me look at this daily chart. Yeah, look for $20 as a hold. If this cracks, then I'll start looking for the short.
Yep.
Big time support at $20. Even a crack towards 1990s will get me interested.
AMU dropping. Looking at the overall SPY here, SNX is popping up. Looking at the overall market, it is down. Market dropping big.
All right, might take a shot here, but I'm going to go smaller shares here, looking for that mRNA. I want to get 2060s. I could risk up to about 2080s, 20 cents there. Maybe could do 30 cents, but
Yeah,
I have to risk up to 2090s.
Put your window up.
We'll do my second one.
LK spiked up, and now it's dropping back down some. So LK may be worth a watch here. Let me put you up, bro.
Still no bounce there. It didn't get to where I needed it.
Okay.
It wasn't enough bounce there. The ask was at 50. The bid was at 40s there. So I'm not going to take that.
All right, so the SPY's down to 327.12s. CGC dropping. KBH is kind of sideways. AMD dropping. Might look for a pullback in that one. It's a little bit too close to a red to green move if it does pull back, but it's worth a watch. LK dropping pretty big.
CGC dropping too.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one I mentioned. Was that one, and AMD dropping big. SPY's actually dropping too. Yeah, LK's dropping big too, Todd. A lot of stuff dropping at the open. I think the market's pulling some stuff down, but
yeah, I would watch that. That mRNA, that thing cracked big time. What's the derm doing?
Thinkorswim down? No, not for me. My Thinkorswim's working fine. Durham had a buyout yesterday.
I'm looking for momentum, maybe in AUPH.
All right, here's CGC. I might jump in CGC short. If I can get, I'm in with 300 shares here. Let me put this up. There we go. I told you I'm going to take a few swings at the open. We're going to try to go a little bit bigger here and start taking some larger pushes and swings. Got to be careful with it though.
All right, one that I'm liking, guys, is AUPH. It's looking strong. I would like a VWAP bounce play in that one. Need to pull back towards 2070 here, or 76.
Big move in CGC. I got to be prepared to exit. My risk is 65 right here. They put in a little confirmation there. Let's hope that holds. But like I said, my hand's over the cover button.
MU went down big time also today. AMD also. AMD is the one I'm going to look for.
All right, I'm out of Cron. Just squeeze me up a little bit too much. Like I said, I'm going to start taking some bigger swings at the open, and that's okay. CGC just faked me out. Going to watch AMD with a huge drop. Is that the one you just said?
Yeah, AMD and MU. Both charts look good. I liked AMD. It's a bigger breakdown, and it's in a cheaper price.
Yeah, I also like the risk there at 49.20 on AMD. I think that one's really easy. 11-cent risk.
Also, you got the same drop in AMAT.
Let me see how
the one that's looking strong, guys. I like CRWD still. That one, it comes back with such vengeance.
There we go. Still holding my ACOR put options. Here goes AMD though. Yeah, CGC. It's one of the reasons that I don't really trade that early, but
Look at that squeeze here, guys. AUPH. Squeeze on AUPH there. I was looking for it, but I didn't get the pullback towards VWAP there that I wanted. It happened beforehand. I thought it was going to pull back there to 1280s.
All right, here goes AMD pouncing up to the whole dollar here. Here's 49s. jump in with 100 shares here of AMD and try to give this a little bit of time to work, just in case it does drop a little bit early. I can add back to it up until this 49.07 level, but I don't mind the short here on AMD. We're going to give it a little bit of time, see if we can follow through some. And if not, it's going to be a tiny loss.
All right, guys, thinking about maybe shorting here, work. There you go. I wanted to triple top here. I'll take a short on work.
Didn't quite get the entry I wanted here on AMD, unfortunately. Got in a little bit early just in case we did get this breakdown here, but never quite scaled in with anything larger.
EMPH breaking down there. You have to reject play and play with that one. MU at VWAP.
Yeah, AMD's breaking down solid here. 12s. I'm going to get out half there and just ride the rest down. Be very easy with the rest of this. Just take a little bit of losses off on the day. And just kind of ride the rest down. See if we get a low of the day break in AMD. See, this is my problem, though, is that I take big size at first. And then when it comes to taking my second swing, I turn into a big wimp. And then I scale down. And whenever the trade works out, which, you know, if you look back, most of the time I'm green. I don't know. I've been in a little slump lately. I think that's what caused it. But second trade, really nice little fade here on AMD. I just, you know, probably should have taken a little bit larger position with it, but that's okay. Maybe I'll get a chance to add back. We might have some more opportunity for it.
Be careful with CGC, guys. I think it's going to pull back all the way to 2050 here. So be careful with it.
Look at SNX completely reversed there. That one might be worth a watch too.
Ooh,
BYND ripping up here.
Kron looked good for the fade. All right, let's see what we have moving today. See, 75% of my watch list red right now, guys.
I don't know, I have a few green ones, like BYND's green.
Yeah.
Trill just spiked up some. I was watching that one too.
I have like 30 or 40 stocks on this watch list, 75% of it red.
Yeah, here goes AMD's breakdown. Beautiful breakdown. Nice. I'm gonna get out into that strength right there. Really nice little breakdown there for AMD. Perfect little second fade. Took some off on it, or took the rest off, but not a bad little trade. One green, one loss. Like I said, I probably should have scaled in a little bit larger with it, but that's okay. LK bouncing up here, right at the VWAP. LK is right at the VWAP right now. I don't like the sideways movement here for LK, unfortunately. I like the extension, and I don't hate it, but this move is too close to this one right here, this little rejection we had earlier, so I don't like that aspect of it. We're gonna wait, maybe look for some fake out fades a little bit more often. We got a few people. No spam in the chat. If you post the same thing 4 or 5 times, I'm gonna ban you, or at least put you in timeout. So I'm gonna give one warning here: no spam in the chat, team. You know, I know you might be looking at stuff. I looked at rare. It's okay. I gotta wait for a pullback if I'm gonna trade it. But yeah, let's not spam the chat, team.
All right, looking for a pullback here to 1904s for Max R, and the risk would be right underneath it, towards 1895.
Now, if LK comes back down to 4250 right here and then bounces up to 89, I might consider it. But until then, I'm gonna wait.
TGC right at VWAP, but like I said, guys, I don't trust this one that much. I didn't see that much volume at the bottom for it to jump in there.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
AMRN shooting up there. That one's giving a little bit more excitement for me on a VWAP bounce back, but really not that much volume either. The one I'm looking at right now, Max R. Look at LK. There you go. I like that one.
Yeah, sorry, Umara. You posted the same thing like 6 times, just saying the same thing over and over again, you know. I'm just going to put you in timeout for, 5 minutes. You'll be able to come back. But yeah. Sorry, man. You just gotta, like I said, don't spam the chat. If you got a stock y'all are watching, y'all can say it once, but don't crowd the chat up with the same comment over and over again. Just a heads up to everybody. KBH is looking interesting here. It's pulling back to the VWAP. I don't hate this one at all. I can use a risk of 70 or 66 maybe, so 10 cents. I haven't traded this one in a while, but I don't hate the fade setup. Like I said, 66 risk. We just need it to bounce up a little bit more here. And I'll try to take a larger position. The spread's not really my favorite either. And so, well, there's the squeeze. So glad I didn't get into it. Was watching it. Glad I didn't get
they're
into
piling into Lucky here, but I don't feel like they're going to get it over 43.50s here.
Yeah, this was what I was worried about with that original fade. Whenever it was at the VWAP at 42.85 or so, I was watching it, and I remember saying I don't like this one just because if you look at where it moved up, right, there's different ranges of stocks in the VWAP team, and I think Mitch and I both see the same thing, which is that there's too much range. It's hard to explain. It's too high up in the range towards the VWAP. Basically, for me, in the overall range of the day for this stock, the VWAP's a little bit too high for me. And so whenever it squeezes above that, even though the VWAP's high, it looks too strong.
Yeah, I would need to see what we call a triple rejection from the breakout. So we got in 2 ties. If this candle closes at 42.30s, then you could maybe use that risk. But it's definitely a stock that has a huge range, guys. We're talking at least a minimum of 30-cent risk.
Yeah, what's the float in that one?
See, so right now, you saw how we got that rejection there, again at 40s. I would look for another move up there to 43.30s. And if that doesn't break out, then I'd short it.
Yeah, like basically, like I said earlier, I would like it to pull down to 42.60 and then bounce up to 42.90. If it does that, it's doing a fake out fade, and I can risk off of 43.40.
You know, it's funny. That's the exact line I have drawn, 42.60.
Yeah, that one, that's like the picture perfect VWAP fake out fade, right? It pulls all the way down to the bottom range at 42.60, bounces back up to the VWAP, then I can risk all day off of 43.50. The problem, like you said, though, the range is ridiculously huge here. I don't know if I want to, because I buy 100 shares, I'm going to be down $100 quick. And so I don't know if I want to, but I don't hate it either. It's one of those things where it's kind of, it's a good setup, but is it too risky? That's the big question.
I'd like a pullback here in Max R to get long.
All right, we got over 300 people in here. Hit that like button, guys. We're going to try to get the likes up to over 100 people today. Right now, we have 43 with 3 dislikes. Hey, even the people that disliked, we appreciate it. Thank you for engaging in our videos, team. But yeah, hit that like button, guys. Let's bring it up to at least 75 and then 100, hopefully. Let's do that. AMD VWAP fade. I'm watching for it, Todd. That is what I'm watching. I took that first fade on AMD, which worked out really, really well. And so I'm kind of just waiting on the second one here to see if we get it or not. The good thing about it, though, is that if we do get in at 98, we can risk off of that 49.01 previous high right there all day. And I like that about it because if it breaks that high, it's putting in a higher high and it looks strong. So that's one thing I do like about AMD. You would just kind of have to hope it stays in this downward trend, which is, we'll see. But I am watching it. I'll say that.
Watching FEYE here. The risk would be 17 right now. So you're talking a 6-cent risk for a potential breakout to 17.15 from here.
Umara disliked. Honestly, we got dislikes no matter what. Hey, we got it up to 67. What's up, team? Appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not mad at you. Omara, if you can hear me, man, I'm not mad at you, bro. I get it. You like BYND. You're trying to let us know. I get it, man. You just can't spam the chat, brother. That's it. But, I get it. I'm not mad at you. You're welcome back. I hope you'll come back and stay.
All right, guys. About to get long. Max R.
Oh, here. Let me throw you up. There you go.
So I'm looking for it to maybe take on the bid at 19. See some volume get scooped up there. And then I can join them and hold right below that 19.
Maybe you're right on trail. I have that put option on it, but we'll see. Like I said earlier, I have that put option. I'm not super confident, but at the same time, we still have some time. Yeah, I got you up.
19 my out, guys. 19's my out. Just took a shot right here, guys. Position at 1907. Willing to add if we can get up here towards the 1911s and then break out towards 16s. We can look for a 910 add. There's 1011s. 1911s, my bad. I don't know why I'm saying 10. There's 1911s. Let's see if this gets bought up right here.
Hey, will do, Lance. Hope everything's going well, man.
Another one I like is FEYE, but that one doesn't have that much volume, so that's why I'm not so confident in that one.
And I'm starting to look at LK now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see how
I would actually look for a pop right here to 43.25, rejects to go to 43.50.
Yeah, that's I'm looking at a pop up to 43. But you can see how close Mitch and I kind of mimic each other. Not mimic each other, but we think the same with a lot of these trades because we see the same thing. We've been trading every day together for years, and so Mitch and I are kind of on the same page a lot of the time with these.
Feeling good on this MaxR, guys. Feeling good on this MaxR.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, remember
like
that 42.60
there.
level is interesting to me for LK. If it pulls down there, it's fine. But even if it doesn't, I still don't mind it right here. Risk would have to be again at 43.50, so risk is about 50 cents.
I'll look for a reversal here, CGC. Cron breaking down there.
I'm going to jump in with 25 shares of LK.
So. Right now, resistance is 2080 for CGC. Resistance is 2080 here. That guys can add at my break-even pricing or break out here towards 1920s. We'll look for a pullback towards 15s or 1910s. It's looking good for me. I'm gonna let it try to break out here. CGC is the one that I can see kind of reversing. I want it to bounce one more time here, maybe 2070s, 2075s, then head below VWAP.
I just spilled my coffee.
Oh, did you hear I got a new coffee machine, man?
What?
That thing made some beautiful coffee.
You got a Keurig or what you got?
Nah, man. I went for the Ninja coffee machine because I like my espressos, and the Keurig I feel is just too expensive.
Yeah.
Per coffee.
It's bad for you, bro. The Keurig is bad for you. Like I had a Keurig for the longest time, and it was really fun and easy to use, and made my morning super easy.
There's CGC breakdown. Look for one more bounce.
The problem with those Keurig machines is that they're just bad for you, man. Like you ever clean one out, you'll see how bad for you they are. I'm in LK.
I like
with
mine. It
50
has
shares.
a nice cleaning process that you can run through it.
Yeah.
So.
I used to have some of those espresso machines. They work super well. I used to work at a Marriott as a bartender, but they also had a Starbucks there, and so I learned to make all the Americanos and stuff.
I used to work as Hilton as a bartender.
Yeah, man. Hey, great minds think alike, bro. Took the same path here.
Try to take that good money, that easy money.
Yeah. Honestly, I made bank working as a bartender at the Marriott, man. I made bank, dude. Bartenders get paid well, especially at the Marriott, you know. Although you do run into some, you know, it's like you do a service industry job, you realize.
You know what's fading really well? MU. 3 fades.
AMD just tanked too. I was starting to look at it. Todd, I know, called that one out for the fade.
Ooh, you know which one looks enticing? ATVI.
All right, I'm in LK here. We're getting a move down, a really nice move down. I might start to take some profits as it moves farther and farther down here at the 50s level. I'm going to let this work, though, and see if we can get a little bit more. I'm pretty comfortable. Sorry, man. My bad.
You are good, bro.
Okay.
I'm not stressing it.
Yeah, so I'm in LK. We're going to wait and drop. I'm in with 50 shares. We're going to look for it to drop under that $0.50 level and just try to hold it and give it some time to break down here fully. Under 42.50 is the big level, but we've got enough cushion or room in it now to be straight regardless. How well is paid well? At the time, oh man, we got a big squeeze up. Hold on, I'll talk about my story later. So LK big squeeze up here. Like I said, I'm still only down $5 in it.
Yeah, I think you might. I'm watching her. I like CGC, guys. CGC bouncing here, guys. Watching CGC, I wanted to reject off 2070s and then head back towards VWAP. I'll take a trade on that.
Somebody's asking how well was paid well at the Marriott. What I consider paid well at the time, I loved it. It was plenty of money for me. I think I made like $8 an hour plus tips, but that's a lot because tips you're at least making like, you know, you're at least getting like a $10 tip every hour. So it equaled out to about $18 an hour roughly. I probably made every 2 weeks. I probably made like $1,500 or so, which was, at the time was great for me. You know, I loved it. But just long hours, late nights. My wife was pregnant at the time, and eventually I had to quit just because I couldn't work nights anymore. I had to figure something else out because my son was a newborn at the time.
All right, looking good in max hour here, guys. Wanted to break out here towards 1915s, and then I can add here 1910s, or just let it keep breaking out. There's 1913 showing up, looking great for me.
LK's starting to come back down, so it's looking a little bit better. I'm still holding 50 shares. It's not a huge position, and I'm just going to try to give it some time here to break down. If it squeezes up, that's okay. So here's the squeeze. Testing that whole dollar of 43.
Order out to add at 1908, guys.
All right, so we did get a quick rejection. I got to watch LK, though, if it squeezes up here. The spread just got huge on LK, so hopefully that's beneficial and it drags the ask price down a little bit more favorable for me. There we go. That's a little bit better. AMD's just tanking here. What's the SPY doing?
Bouncing the VWAP fading.
Yeah.
I sometimes think about fading the SPY because it does sometimes.
It does fade, yeah, for sure. It does. It fades really well.
Like
right there,
breakdown. Right there, it's kind of enticing because you have 327.15s to go off of. So that's only a 10-cent risk right now for maybe a move down towards 25 cents.
Yeah.
But there's not enough buying power for me to grab it. Maybe John, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I could probably grab it if I wanted to. I don't know if I want to, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's definitely coming back.
Yeah.
We double bottomed there at 326.63s. Looking for a pullback here to add in max R. We're starting to get a little breakout here.
All right, so I'm about even in LK. I think I have a really obvious risk level now, and hopefully it holds underneath that 4301 level. But
it
kind of keeps consolidating.
Work here. Work looks amazing. I like that one. I wanted to get that one a little earlier. It's fading again there at 23.12s off of 23.20s. Only 8-cent risk there.
All right, there's the fade in LK. Like I said, we're trying to give it some time. It's at 63s. We want to see it break under that $0.50. You know, it's been bouncing back and forth between these lows, just like it just did now, between 42.60 and 43. And so that 40-cent range has been kind of staying solid. I think some people are also taking profits right there, which is causing this bounce. But we still got a little bit of room, and we're just going to let it go to that 43.01 level.
Okay, guys, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough. Let me check. I'm trying to get CGC here, but I need to check if I have even enough to make a proper share size. Yeah, I can get 200. I can still get 200 even though I'm in a trade. That's one of the great parts of trading it, guys. The buying power that I have. It's going to allow me to maybe take 2 trades here. I want to see a tap up to 2070. It not go 1 single cent up there. And then it just head straight back to 2065s. All right, MaxR is not breaking out, so cancel the ad. Cancel the ad. One of the things I like to do is if it's not moving, then don't put more risk into it. If anything, hold your risk the way you establish the trade.
All right, so LK is at 42.80s, 42.84. like I said, my risk here is going to be around 43.01, but I will let it test that level. And so it's going to be a little bit tighter, but I'm going to let it test the higher range. Just because it put in a really obvious high right there. If it breaks that level, I think it's just going to go really strong in the upward direction. And so hopefully, you know, it holds, but I'm not going to hold my breath necessarily for it, and I'm keeping it pretty small. Now, there's 97s. Again, I can let it test this risk at 43. There's 43. But I do got to keep it pretty tight once it does break that level. You know, the best thing here would be a rejection right here at 43 again and a move all the way back down to the bottom of the range, but it's not looking like that's going to happen. Alright, there's a move back to the 93s, 89s, so it's back down to the 80s. We'll just see if it holds now. A lot of times it'll do this and then it'll immediately spike back up. And so that's what I gotta worry about. So my hand's on the cover button. But if we do get a rejection here, that's a double top rejection, which should be super
started to like
super weak.
FEYE. Need to see a volume spike in that one. But looking good here. I'd like to see a volume spike here in 17s. It break out to 1710s. And then it probably pull back here to 1705, 17.
Yeah, here's that immediate spike that I was saying for LK. It's up to 94s. Like I said, my risk is about 43.01, but I can let it test a little bit. Just be very careful with it, and if it does break in any significant way, just jump out. I'm just watching because it does have a double top there for LK. '97s, '98s. All right, there's the break. Quick, immediate rejection back down, which is why I said I wanted to test it. So yeah, do you say that? Man, that thing's just stopping people out. It's either that or people covering their position. So it tapped 42.05, and then it immediately got rejected back below the VWAP. Again, though, when this happens, a lot of times we're going to get a quick bounce immediately back there. So my hand's over the cover button.
Work. And that fade looking great. Work fading again.
All right, there's 5s again. I'm going to let it test a little bit longer here and then jump out. Yeah, see, another rejection, quick back down. See, it's just faking people out. I didn't get caught in it that time.
Spy back up, heading towards the resistance right now, 327.15 at resistance right now. 15-minute chart has big bars there at the bottom there. So watch, if it gets above 327.25, I think we'll get some lift in the SPY. Maybe some lift in stocks overall.
There's 43s again. Like I said, I'm going to use that new high as my risk, which is at 43.09 or so. It's just gotten rejected there like 3 or 4 times. We have to watch the spread sometimes, though, here. But, you know, it's consolidating. It's trying to battle this level.
What's going to be interesting for me is EMPH to come back. I'll take a short on that. What happened to AMRN? It did a fake breakout and then pulled back there.
Kind of battling the whole dollar now for LK. Getting closer
Getting
to
some
my
volume
risk for sure.
Getting some volume for my breakout here. Let's see if we can get through the volume in the 1915s here and it could really start shooting on up. AMRN breaking down there, guys. I'm going to look for a VWAP reject play on that one. That'd be updated 1976. Risk would be off of 1984s.
All right, there's the squeeze over. Jumped out plenty of time. Glad I got out there. Look at that squeeze. So yeah, that was what I was trying to let it test. Once it did squeeze there, everybody got out. And these are the fake outs that happen a lot, but I can't risk holding it above all this level. Once it starts to push, I just gotta bail out of there. throw you back up. But yeah, down $50 on the day. Still kind of break even. Yesterday, I was able to kind of come back and in green. And so no stress either way yet. Yeah, there goes LK up to over 30. So I think that I like that exit. I think that was the right spot.
EMPH moving up there.
Yeah, SPY's just kind of, like I think you mentioned it, SPY's turning green a little bit at least. It's above the VWAP now.
One that looks interesting to me is ATVI. EMPH moving up there to VWAP. AMRN still breaking down there. All right, guys, seeing the pullback here in MaxR.
BBBY? Let me take a look. AMD's still looking alright. It just depends on what the market does. And LK squeezed up there to where, glad I didn't jump in that one. Or glad I got out of that one, I mean. AMD is still worth a watch as well. MU is way down there. Look at that fade on MU. Perfect fade twice in a row for MU. KBH is pulling back to the VWAP, which might get interesting. Let me see what else we got. What is Roku and Tesla doing today? I shouldn't even look at Tesla. But Roku's kind of at the VWAP now. I think it's just following the market to a certain extent here.
All right, guys, looking for pullbacks to get bigger here. There's the MPH up there at VWAP. One does look interesting. 3150 risk.
Yeah, SPY's up to 327. Starting to possibly move green on the day. We'll wait and see, but that's kind of what we're seeing right now is the SPY kind of climb back up. There's LK big squeeze up, so I really like my exit there. I think the exit there was good. Glad I got out when I did. It just, if you look at it, that squeeze was avoidable, and so I'm happy to get out where I got out. Lucky to a certain extent, but I'll take it.
It's kind of hard when I'm in this point right now. Like I wanted to take another trade, guys, but I'm trying to focus also on MaxR. I do like, well, Lucky just broke out there, but I like ATVI and EMPH right now for fades or VWAP fake out fades. And then FEYE for breakout long. I like that one. It just started getting some volume. Look for it to break out here though. Give you that clear signal. There's MaxR breakout to 1920, guys. We'll put an order to add here at 1910s. Just gonna sit it out there for 200 shares. If it pulls back, it fills me. If not, just let it keep ripping. We're going to take profits up here at 1927s. Looking for a pullback to VWAP, which would be another VWAP bounce. We got 3 bottoms here at 1903, so I do not mind grabbing some more shares.
Yeah, I might jump in AMRN here for a small time fade. We'll see. I'm gonna jump in with 200 shares now, and then consider adding more as it gets up to 73. Anticipating a risk level of about there. You know, very tight risk for this one.
There you go, guys. Up there to 1924s now. Let's see if we can get another little breakout here.
I'm also looking at AMD. AMD's starting to pull back some. The SPY's ripping up, testing highs of the day. And so I think that's dragging some of these other ones up as well. And there goes AMR. And so yeah, there goes the SPY breaking the high of the day, which was at 327.40s. So the SPY did just break. Yeah, 327.44. It did get rejected there, so we'll see what happens here. But SPY's testing the high of the day. So there goes the SPY back up there testing the highs. It's at 327.40s now. I'm kind of getting squeezed up on my AMRN trade. I'm in with 400 shares, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm scaling up in size, so my max loss is a little bit bigger, and so I got to be able to kind of get through smaller time swings. Getting close to my risk. 78 is my risk. We're at 76. $77s, 1 cent away. I might lose 40 bucks or so in this trade, but we're gonna let it work. I'm gonna get out there. So down about 100 bucks on the day. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it's frustrating because it's like the day that I decide to scale up in size is the day that it's just been a tough week. And like I said, I'm not at the point now where it's like, look, like I built this account up to over $2,000 in profit, or to right around $2,000. And so I can't be too emotional about small time variance, because small time variance is going to happen. And one of the ways to do this is just to tell yourself, like, look, losing days and losing weeks are going to happen, and you can't do anything about it. Maybe I got faked out there on AMRN, but it is what it is. You know, small time variance will happen. We'll see. I still got a little bit of a max loss on the day, but I think that part of the issue is if I lose with my first trade, I turn very apprehensive after that, and I scale down in size. And I think that's the process that I have to work on, and kind of the hole in my game, which is that whenever I have a losing trade when I'm trying to scale up, I get really apprehensive after that, and I scale down, and even though I might have multiple winning trades after that, it doesn't compensate for that loss. And so I think that's where I'm at right now. You know, it's a constant battle of emotions though in trading, for sure.
100%.
Hey, appreciate the sub, Rahiv. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Welcome to the team. Nah, Mitch isn't muted.
There's a spike. Good spike there. Let's see if we get the breakout right here. So you saw a spike there. 2,600 shares added at 1918. So right now, that 1918 is really where we want to hold to. Put this line at 1916. So we got 2 drives up. We could hold here, and then we want to see a push towards 23. If not, we can get out and re-add here at VWAP. There you go. Push the 22s. Let's get that 23s.
I don't know if I'm being stubborn here with AMRN, but I feel like this is a fake out fade, and I feel like I'm going to get faked out here. And I did kind of get faked out. I know I can risk off of that 1980 level now, and I know that's good, but I just jumped back in with 300 shares of AMRN. Again, it just looks like a fake out fade, and I think I got faked out on those first few shares. We'll see. Maybe I'm being a little overzealous here because I'm down on the day, but we'll give it a chance. It's Friday. Hopefully we'll be able to rebound on the day, but if not, it's just a losing week. First losing week in a while, I'll say that.
All right, guys, good breakout here. Max hour. See if we can get a volume bar to increase past 21,000 here. Get us up there towards that 1930s, and then we could take some profit here. There you go. Now we're going to hold towards this 1916 as our bottom out. Let's let the momentum push here towards 1924s to 1930s. Next level should be up to this 1928.
Okay, it's kind of looking like a VWAP bounce right now. I'm probably not going to take it because I was already short on that one when it was below. I think part of my issue today is that I'm trading mostly shorts, and I think with the market pulling back or rebounding, starting at around 950, I think the market rebounding, that is going to cause a lot of bullish sentiment in the market. And so I think I'm shorting probably a little bit too much today.
All right, guys, one doing a small time breakout is FEYE, but you need volume to get in there. That's too slow right now. AMRN kind of pulling back there, but EMPH is the one that I like right now. Just because it's at the top on the daily chart and fading. Those are two things I like. Top on the daily chart to short, and then a pullback that was measured here as 3141s right now as risk. So it's pretty tight.
Yeah, I don't mind that on ENPH. That looks good. I like that 3140 risk. Looks solid. But yeah, here's AMRN with the fake out fade, like I was saying. It just faked me out and, stopped me out at 1970 or 1980, and then it just broke down here after that, which is good. Usually, as long as we get a breakdown under this 1966 level on AMRN, then we should be okay to get like a 1950 breakdown or so. It could easily bounce here at 1966, though. That's a big support level, too.
All right, guys, want to see 1918 hold here. Breakout towards 1928. I think I'm doing really well holding this one today, so I'm trying to take some profit here on the rip.
Jerome just asked, so I've seen him ask it twice already. He said, why does Mitch trade such low volume stocks? And I think he trades those because he's solid at trading them. I think he just sticks to what works for him. And I think, they're not completely low volume, but I think they work.
I'm pretty good. I can just tell you guys, I'm pretty good at mid caps.
Yeah.
Mid caps, I would say from $15 to $30 is my sweet spot. Anything above that, I like to use 100 shares to control the risk. All right, guys, gonna take some off here at 28s if this doesn't break out here at 25s.
And so here's a bounce up in AMRN. I'm about break even on it right now, and I don't mind the fake out fade.
Taking most of it off there at the top of the high of the day. I'm okay with taking it there. You know why? Because that was the intended reward point. And the intended reward point's there, and you don't take profit. That's when you'll really be upset at the end of the day, because that was your intended. That's the plan. Now from here on out, I can let the rest of the trade just work.
ENPH faded really solid there.
Yeah, I liked it. It just rejected really well at VWAP. And then when it broke down, there was a lot of volume that jumped in it, and the bounce didn't break out. So right there was a lot of volume that jumps in it right there. And then you look for the bounce when that volume gets in, because that's a shorter right there. And he gets trapped for a second. And he sees the spike up there to 1931.40s. He gets really close to stopping out. That's where you got to pay attention. That rejection from 3140s again shows you strength. And then right there, you get a negative candle. You get what's called a hangman, where you have a wick at the top and a small red body. That hangman,
I might get squeezed. I might get squeezed out of AMRN right here. It's up to 78. I gotta go to the bathroom too, so I'm trying. It's not that I want to get squeezed out, but if it squeezes me out, it'll allow me to go to the bathroom. So
that's optimism. That's a little too much info.
Right, optimism, bro. Hey, listen, I'm optimistic, man. You know, like, listen, if I lose, that's okay, because I'll be able to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean?
I know everybody hears it. It squeezes out.
Yeah. If I get squeezed up, I'm gonna go. You know.
You might need a new pair of underwear there, John.
Yeah, y'all want to know? Y'all want to know what optimism looks like? This is it. This is optimism, team. You know, like, listen, if I get squeezed out, yeah, I'm probably gonna get squeezed out here. We're at 77, 79s, but yeah, optimism. You know, that's how you do it. All right, we're getting close though.
And just to answer a little bit more of what Jerome was talking about, why I trade low volume stocks, daily charts, and patterns. If it matches, I like it.
Yep.
So the daily chart on MaxR was pushing up, and then it opened up and started pulling back. And that pullback came with big volume there. So that's why I went after this stock.
I just hope AMRN doesn't just consolidate right here. I like the risk in 1980, but man, EMPH might give you a fake out fade there too.
I like a breakout for FVYE here, but I'm not going to take it because it's just like you guys talked about, low volume. I'm going to hold off on that one. Why? Because it's not perfect. If I'm going to attack a chart, it's because it's going to be really good with low volume. That one's just okay with low volume. There's a 1-to-1 trade there. I don't like those.
This isn't a laptop though. I'm on a big desktop.
All right, guys, let's see the next level up for MaxR. I'm not even sure it has a level to go off of. Let's see. Oh, it does. We have some good levels here. I'm going to erase everything for a second here, guys. Redraw out everything. Sometimes I do that when you're trading a stock, just redraw some stuff and you can see some new things. Look how that resistance matches. I don't know if my chart's up, John, but
yeah, you're up.
Yeah, that resistance right there. This is why we trade, guys. Look at that. Look how that matches there. Yep. So now that 1946, the 1930 areas, that's where we should see a little slowdown, and we need to see volume fill in if it's going to go back up. If it does go back up, I think this could even shoot out there to 25s. And this is one of my trades that I've actually been long biased in. WKHS is another one, penny stock that I've been looking at. But MaxR is one of those that I definitely believe in. I have a friend that has a pretty substantial amount of share size at $13.
I just got out of AMRN. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, guys. Like I said, optimism team. Down $150 on the day. Not even halfway, or around halfway to my max loss. We'll see how it goes. I might hang it up and just accept the green or the red day, but I'll be right back, team.
All right, guys, gonna let the rest of this trade work. We've already gotten $27 out of it. Just let the rest of it work. Try to get above $40. We'll take that. That's gonna be a great win. Another one to the account, push us up. Snap dropping, rare short SQ. All right, take a look. All right, guys, this MaxR play, I'm just going to let it keep working, guys. We're pushing on up there. I'm going to set a stop at the VWAP. VWAP is going to be my stop out here, and we'll just let this continue on working on up. I only like to set stops once don't want to pay attention to a stock anymore. Now I don't want to pay attention to MaxR anymore, and I'm going to go look at other stocks. CGC pushing up there and quickly rejecting where? At the 2070 price point. So watch that 2070 price point on this bounce. EMPH spiking up there towards the resistance. Be careful with that one if it squeezes. Jojo, what's going on with Macy's? And A&F. Ooh, A&F is up actually. What happened with Urban? Urban's actually up. Macy's. Who wants to shop at Macy's? LK looking good, man. Just look at this on a bigger chart. 15-minute chart is what I want to look at. Okay, so on 15-minute chart for LK, I see the support right here from this breakout. Okay, so we tried to get up. We got 1 push, 2 push, 3 push, came down all the way down to the support here, and we might make a third bottom here at 42.59s. So you got kind of that push up. It tried to break out there, 44s, pulled back there, 1 pullback, bounce, 2 pullbacks. This is that third down move. I look for a push up here, but this looks like it's breaking down here. Lucky. Watch this bounce up here to 42, 43.20s. If I do take LK, it'll be with 100 shares, guys. Somewhere in this area here. Macy's pushing out there. CGC pushing. The 70 is going to be so vital for it. ATVI looks good there. Yeah, I like ATVI. I'm gonna look at that one. There's another third rejection for EMPH breakout. It's really interesting. I'm about to try to attack that one because we're getting the VWAP fake out fade. This doesn't break out through 31.41s. I'll probably look for a short in EMPH. What's going on in the chat? How we doing out there, traders? What's going on? Can I look at Roku? I'll take a look right quick for you, Robert. No stress. Yeah, that one looks like it's doing a bounce back there. Long bounce back there. Let's look at it on a bigger time frame. That's what I would try to do with Roku. I like the 5-minute chart for that one. So right there on the 5-minute chart, I can tell you that there's not much there. The only play I could possibly see is a pullback VWAP bounce play, which is to 30.76 and then risking off of this level here, 30.21s. But there's not much there. It pushed up there. I don't see much of a pattern there. You see this kind of downtrend here from this point right here at 134.50s. I think that's the point you got to watch. Above 133s, I think this is going to be bullish for the day. If it rejects up there at 133, starts coming back down, you could see a pullback.
Hey, appreciate the sub, BOZ. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man. What's up, bro? Appreciate that. AMRN, man. It's tough. It's like AMD's up there, but we'll see what the SPY does here. That's the thing. I don't mind AMD. We'll see if that works out.
At EMPH.
What's the SPY doing?
I think it's trying to trap some people right here. All right, gonna try to let EMPH make a triple top here. Triple top 3140s. If it rejects to break out over the 3143 mark, I can get short. But I need to watch to see if it's gonna break out right here, because that would be a squeeze. I never like to short where I think a potential squeeze point is. I like to wait to see it reject, and then I can short onto it. Maxar pulling back to the VWAP, guys. Possibly an ad there.
Yeah, maybe AMRN fakes me out. We'll see if it starts to pick a trend, because that's really what it is. It's crossing over and under the VWAP just sideways.
All right.
AMD is up there.
Ooh, I'm missing EMPH right now. I need a bounce. Bounce up here and I'll take a short. Gonna get 36s.
Also, guys, we got 82 likes. Let's try to bring that up to 100 likes, team. Also, remember to hit the subscribe button. We day trade live for free. Every weekday morning for free on YouTube. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, team. Click the bell. Turn on notifications. We go live every day. Also, team, if you want to use the same platform as us, I'll post this link here. There's a lot of benefits to using them. You get no PDT rule. There's a shorting ability. You can actually short with no PDT rule. And basically, it technically is an educational package. It comes with a trading course, a demo account, access to their chat room. And then once you're approved, you get to partner with them and basically trade their account for them. And that's how they really get around the PDT rule. And I think it just makes sense for new traders because the base package is $3.99. You get 14,000 in buying power once you're approved. And I think it's just cheap. It's a cheap way to get started. You're not risking much. You're risking like $400 total, which is not that much in the grand scheme of things. And overall, I think it's just a cheaper way. You know, what are your other options as a new trader? You can go to platforms like CMEG Group or SureTrader and stuff like that. But just the platform alone for the DOS platform on other brokers in 3 months is going to effectively pay for an intro package. And it's much cheaper instead of depositing thousands into a conventional platform. It's much cheaper to just risk the $3.99 for the base package and actually take a swing. We'll see what happens with this one. But yeah, I'll post that link if you want to check it out. Here's the link in the chat. Like I said, it's $3.99 through my link. We do make a commission if you sign up through us, and so of course we're biased in their favor. But here's the link if you want to check them out. Great way to help support our channel here. I appreciate it.
85, 87s for 48, 87s, 48, 85s for AMD is the risk right now. That one looks interesting. I want to see it reject here off this 48, 85s.
I'm in AMD. This might be my last trade of the day. I'm in with 300 shares. My entry's about 75. But yeah, if this one stops me out, I'll probably hang it up for the day. Just not my day, you know.
EMPH looking enticing for me, guys. It just bounced up a little bit strongly there. So I'm looking to see if it's going to break out. But I do want to get short on this one. I have that bias already built. I can feel it. So I got to be careful. All right, short there. I'll take a shot. Ah, 42s, guys.
Quick Tank and AMD. Yeah, AMRN looks like it just faked me out there. Hey, I appreciate the sub. Big. Welcome to the team, Bo. Appreciate the sub, man. Like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every weekday morning for free right here on YouTube. I don't know how to... Dragus wants to know how you found MAXR. He's wondering what perimeters you look for when you're scanning the market, Mitch.
Well, one of the things is MAXR is actually one that I'm watching for a long-term long. So I have that bias already. But I do kind of check it out. I have a couple stocks that I always check out. Let's say Square, the cannabis industry. I like AMD, MU. Right now, one of my favorites is LK. And it's really about trading these tickers and realizing that they follow patterns. Because that's all we look for in trading, is we look for trades to follow patterns. Because if you've seen that the stock has a tendency of following a pattern, it could repeat that over and over and over again. And so you want to be able to recognize these patterns and then try to just attack them. And that's what I saw in MaxR. I saw a great extension. What we always want to look for is big volume. We got a good amount of volume and a measured pullback towards support. The support was 1904 from that breakout on MaxR. So it gave me great risk to reward to get it there at 1907. I could have held 7 cents on the downside, and we have a potential 30-cent breakout. And so that's the kind of risk and reward that you want to attack on a daily basis. And if you do that, you should see consistent gains.
Yep, exactly.
There you go. Got a good breakout on there, guys. Looks like I got EMPH at the right time. Right on that last bounce to 3140s. All right, once it breaks 3125s here, it's going to head towards 3120s. That's where I'll take some profit.
All right, AMD's at 79. Like I said, I think my new risk is going to be like 85, 86. And if it breaks that, I'm just going to get out $200 loss on the day and probably just hang it up. It's probably that time if it doesn't work out. Fridays are usually a little sketchy for me, probably not the best days. But again, at this point, I have enough cushion that I'm more so just worried about scaling up in size. The first week of scaling up like this is usually going to be tough. And I have to understand that and understand, like, look, I'm playing this for the long game. When you scale up in size, you're going to be more emotional. You're going to get out way too early. It's just going to be a little bit tougher time in your trading. And so that's kind of what's going on here, is that I'm scaling up in size and my emotions are all over the place. I'm not holding it to my proper risk level. And, like I said, my head's fine right now. Like, I'm not super upset because I understand it's like, look, scaling up like this is always going to kind of happen. And so I'm okay with it. But I think that the bigger emotions come into play when I'm in trades.
Just took most of it off there.
Specifically when I'm holding it to my risk. And I think when I'm holding it to my risk, that's where I'm making the most errors when I scale up in size.
Gonna let the rest of these shares work. Look at that. Great breakdown. All right, guys. MaxR is getting up there towards that 1950s where we'll take profit and close the trade. On this one,
looks good, brother.
We're going to set a stop also at our break-even rate. 3134s, which should be VWAP. VWAP's a little slightly higher here. 35, so we're going to risk at 36.
Yeah, that one looked good, man. I like that risk at 3140. Super tight risk. All right, I might get stopped out right here. I'm very close. I'm right at my risk level. A nice little rejection there. So a little bit of confirmation, but we're still high up in the range overall with AMD, but we're going to let it test and work here. Again, 86, testing that level's fine, I think, but we got to be a little bit strict with it now that it's formed a few tops there, because when it does break, if it does,
look at this MaxR. Just got a volume pump. Let's see what happens.
Pull that one up. Yeah, man. All the way up to 72. What happened? It got immediately
it spiked.
Take profits. Yeah.
It spiked.
People are taking profits into that.
Yeah. Let's see the sale order. I'm gonna find it. See if it's hidden. 1936, 1,000 shares added there. Look, 1950 is showing up here. Let's give it a chance to break out. Because if we get above this 1950s, it could get up there towards 1975s. If we don't break out from this 1950s, I'll probably just take the profit, guys. We saw all that volume build in there, so we should get above it. Not the pullback could be all the way down to 1925, so pay attention closely here. Trying to see VI volume. Saw 1,000 shares at 47. There's those 47 showing up. That was 1,000 shares. Let's see if they get bought up there again.
I haven't done it yet, Bailey. I'm getting there. Once I get up to a few $1,000s in profit, like probably 3, I'll start looking at that. I've had buddies that have withdrawn it, and basically the process they said is they said you withdraw once per month. My buddy that did it said he got his. It was a wire transfer, and he received his funds on the 19th, and so it took him 9 days to get his money transferred to him. But he said, aside from that, it was pretty flawless. That it worked well. I want to grow my account up a little bit more because I don't want to take away the cushion I have if I withdraw the profits I have. So I'm trying to build mine up a little bit more, and I'm sure I'll document it whenever I do.
Okay, you want to see buy volume there. There's 1,000 shares there at 1953s. We need another 1,000 share order or 2,000 shares. We want to see multiple retail traders stacking in. There's the volume. There's algorithmic taking over. Let's see if we can get the retail trader to buy up here. All right, one that I like also, VWAP fake out fade, ATVI. John, I don't know if you want to take a look at that one. If it rejects here, 59.30s, I think it will be looking really good.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm in AMD. If this one doesn't work out, I'm probably done.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
I wouldn't disagree with that. That's a great possibility trade there. So I like it.
Probably gonna get stopped out though. I mean, we're right up here we're 1 cent away from my risk, and so I just gotta jump out. I'm down $200 on the day. I don't want to push it when I shouldn't. Again, I mean, I'm sitting on a lot of profit, and I don't want to get too greedy and start to take that away. This is just a transitionary week for me to kind of scale up in size. If you guys have noticed, this week specifically, I've been using much larger sizing than I generally do. And I've been kind of going through the process of scaling up like that. We'll see what AMD does. Like I said, I'll let it test 48.86 here. But if it squeezes up too much, I just got to bail out. This week's been a little bit tougher for me, I think. But I also think I'm making some mistakes. Specifically, today I probably should have gone long a little bit more than shorts. And, it is what it is.
Okay.
So we're right at 6.
I like that drop there for ATVI. A bounce here to 59.25s. You could short off at 59.30s. 5 cent risk for a potential 25 cent move down.
What's up, James?
That's
I'm down
like
$200 today.
The reason I like ATVI, guys, is just because the risk and reward is it's bigger on the reward side, really tight on the risk side.
VWAP fades are definitely not a 50-50 coin flip. I mean, like I said, guys, my account's still at like $1,500 up to right in the middle, maybe like $1,700 in profit. So, I mean, it's definitely not a coin flip. You just got to find the right stocks to do it on. What really matters is how well stocks are picking trends. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Paul. But yeah, what really matters is how well stocks are picking trends, and if the stock starts to pick a trend well, then it works. But again, I mean, my account's in over $2,000 or close to $2,000 in profit. And so just because I have a bad week or a bad day, I mean, one thing that will really be able to show you identify who's a naive young trader is they think that every week has to be green. They think that every week has to be profitable. They think that every day has to be green. And the reality is like just like poker or anything else, you're going to experience slumps. You're going to experience negative variance. It's going to happen. You know, the big thing is that I have to understand, it's like, look, your account's going to pull back some. And like my account's, like I said, close to $2,000 in profit, and I've built it on this stream using mostly VWAP fades, sometimes VWAP bounces too lately especially. But the point in all of that is that...
All right, guys, just taking my profit there and max R. Sorry about that. Keep going.
The point behind it is that sometimes, you know, this trade's not going to work out. And sometimes I'm going to have a bad week. And, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, negative variance slumps are going to happen, you know. And I think if you trade long enough, you kind of understand that. And I think if you're a new trader, you know, you might not really realize that you're gonna lose sometimes, and it's just part of it. You know, I can't be too emotional about my slumps and bad weeks, because that's gonna make me trade worse. And as you guys heard me at the beginning of this week, I'm gonna get out there. I just got squeezed out. But yeah, like I said at the beginning of this week, I'm scaling up its size. You know, it's gonna be a little bit more emotional of a week.
Sure,
and
guys.
It's just a process. You know, it's just a process of how it goes. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna
ATI.
Okay. But yeah, it's just a process of how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you're going to do good. Sometimes you're going to do bad. The point is, my account's grown and I'm well into the profits. I have a very large cushion. And so I have to be grateful that I'm in this position now. And I know it's human nature to see me lose and to say, oh, well, you're doing this wrong in hindsight and you're doing that wrong in hindsight. And like, I get it, you know what I mean? I really do. But the reality is that it's one of those things where it's like I've grown my account thousands into the profits. And so I kind of just got to ignore, you know, the peanut gallery and what people want to say, because in the end, my account's grown well. I think that speaks for itself. And, you know, like I said, this is like an $8,000 account. I've grown it $2,000 roughly in profits in like a few months. And so I've grown it 25% roughly in a few months. And I think that's a great percentage. Of course, it's not 1,000% like these gurus are going to tell you you should shoot for. But 25% in a few months is very acceptable. I'm very happy with that. And in the end, you know, it's just about continuing to push forward. Understand losing weeks and days are going to happen, and not getting too hung up on them, to be honest. It's easier to accept losses and losing streaks like this whenever you have a solid amount of profit. And I think that's the position I'm in now.
All right, guys, can't let this get above 30s here. Above 30s, I'll stop out. This is a 7-cent risk for 100 shares. $7 only I'm risking here. Trying to make a move down towards 59, but let's see if it gets just squeezed out here towards 59.30s. Rejection here will be great. So you just got to make sure that no matter what, over 59.30s, I get out. I'm still having the EMPH trade work. I took off all the MaxR guys. Saw the resistance kind of hold up there in the 40s. Maybe could have held trying to get 1970s, but I'm not going to be greedy on that one. I think, you know, 43 cents is more than good on that. I'll take that any day.
Yeah, that one looks solid. I like the risk level at like 59.30. Can you explain ETF? ETF is just, it's an underlying asset that it represents. So sometimes it can be other security, sometimes it can be a commodity. You know, it's just an underlying asset that it represents. It stands for exchange traded funds, I believe is what ETF stands for.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I mean, Sean, honestly, I'm just reinforcing it with myself that I gotta just continue, that I'm in the profit and that I just gotta continue. Honestly, I'll say this, Sean, you saying that is kind of is a little instigating. I'll say that, man. Like I said, I can reinforce it with myself that I gotta ignore everybody else, especially if everybody starts to try to tell me what I'm doing wrong, which is very frustrating to hear when you're having kind of a slump. And so that's what I'm trying to say by it. I don't think there's anything wrong with me necessarily reinforcing that with myself and trying to build my confidence up after a tough week. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that, you know?
Definitely not, man.
Yeah. And
I think,
so that's what I'm saying.
Like
getting
always,
mad at me
you know
for
how
that.
it is. Size up week comes with always the haters.
Yeah, man. Like I said, like I said, there's nothing wrong with me acknowledging that and kind of pumping myself up for it. And I think you kind of have to do that as a trader, to where it's like I got to remind myself that I'm in the profit so much. I have to remind myself that it's like, look, it's a tough week. It was a losing week, But I'm $2,000 into the profit, 25% growth in a few months. I can't be upset about that. I have to accept the losing week, and if I have to reinforce that with myself, even saying it aloud, I think that's okay too. You know what I mean?
I mean, to tell you the truth, man, you've been one of the, at least I look at a lot of YouTube. You're definitely, at least in the last 4 months, the most consistent trader I see out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And yeah, and that's why it's like, look, like sometimes I have to say that not only to myself, but I have to say it to the people watching. Like, you might watch me this week and be like, man, John sucks. And you're right, I suck this week, man. I've been losing. I definitely lost more days than I won this week. I think I had 3 losing days, 2 wins. But regardless of any of that, sometimes I just got to remind people, it's like, look, my account's like $2,000 in profit. I got a huge cushion in this account. And the reason I have that is because I've been so consistent. And so with that, you know what I mean, telling me what I'm doing wrong or telling me that I got to do this or I should do this, like I said, I just got to ignore it, because in the end, I'm doing the same thing I was doing before, and it's just part of the process of bad slumps. Variance is going to happen, you know.
All right, guys, trying to add at 59.25s, I'll hold towards a 59.30, but it does look great right now. There he goes. You got fake out fade working, man.
Appreciate it, James. Yeah, and like I said, man, sometimes I'm just going to talk about it to boost my own confidence, which is necessary, man. Trading is super emotional. They say you got to trade like a robot, and theoretically you should, you know, but what they don't tell you is that's damn near impossible. You know, well, it is impossible. You know what I mean? You never like to lose money. Losing money sucks, man. You know, it sucks. It's part of it. It's way harder when you're doing it in front of hundreds of people every day. You know, I'd say it's at least twice as difficult. It's a learning process all around. And again, I'm scaling up this week. $200 loss. Historically, it would be a large loss, but you know, scaling up week, I'll be all right. We'll try to come back next week, and if I lose next week, I'll still be all right. I'm still gonna be in the profits even if I lose a ton next week. Even if I lose 200 days every day next week, I'll still be in the profits in my account. And so, you know, we'll see what happens.
All right, guys, feeling good today. Taking some trades, trying to start pushing. We're doing really well, so let's see what happens here.
I like ATVI too. I'm done for the day. I'm hanging it up. But yeah, I like ATVI. I do.
It's a good trade.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens, guys, you should be able to look at your trade and make the decision that it was a good trade before you even get in the profits. Why? Because the entry should be at the levels that you like. The risk and reward should be at the levels you like. And it should match your strategy. So at that point, you just give yourself a yes, I traded well. Because at the end of the point, guys, it's not about results. You make it about results, the emotions come, the emotions kill.
Yep, 100%.
And that's just really what it is, guys. So try to get around that. Understand that you give yourself pats on the back, not because of your wins and losses, but because how you traded those wins and losses.
Yep, exactly. And listen, losing sucks, man. It sucks. Like, we've got a lot of good classes on it. But even if you're the best, I'll say it like this, even if you're the best trader in the world, right? You could be the best trader in the world, you're still going to get upset sometimes at losses, and you're still going to make some mistakes, you know? Like, the best traders in the world are not perfect. Trading is a very emotional game, you know, and the goal of it is to minimize those emotions as much as possible and just follow the chart. That's the key. Just follow the chart, right? But even the best traders in the world, they're going to make mistakes. They're going to have losing weeks. They're going to get into bad trades. They're going to manage trades poorly, and it's just part of it, man. It's just part of it. You got to just you just got to keep at it, you know, and over the long run, if you do it well enough, you know, you'll be all right.
All right, guys, next stock I'm looking at the trade is AMRN. It's going to look like it's going to break down here a little bit more. I think it makes an attempt here to break 68s, bounces up here to 76. I'll look for the rejection at 76 for it to break out through the 80s, and then I could take a trade in the 75s, 74s, risks right above towards 1980. Looks really good for me. We'll see if we get that bounce so I could short onto it.
But yeah, this is my losses on the day. I'm going to close out my stuff and hang it up and be done. 213
right,
loss. It is what it is. You know what I mean? losing days happen, and I'm probably at $1,600 in profit roughly in this account. I have to
If you
upload to
want,
TraderView.
put up that EMPH chart. That thing's tanking on me. That thing's looking great for me just to hold the rest of the shares.
You don't want me to leave yours up? I can leave you up, or
I just have 2 trades. I'll switch back and forth. I got you.
okay,
Right here.
Yeah, because you're up right now.
Look at that. Look at that, guys.
Yeah, that one.
Look at
looks
that
solid.
entry. Look at that. Look at that volume that just came in on it. Why? Because the daily chart says it, man.
Yeah, man.
Look at that daily chart. Now it can go down to 30. I'll let that one work. Let's go back to ATVI. All right, ATVI. Next stop, 5907s.
Every
If
day
we break
can't be
through
a W.
5907s, I'll take that.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Every day's not going to be a win. Every week's not going to be a win. Every month's not going to be a win.
You know, one of the things I've been trying to figure out the correct sizing for stocks over $50 or even at 40 levels, I start feeling a little kind of iffy on it. I was trading these with 200 shares a little while back in the beginning of the account, and I realized that was too big. That's too big for these sizes and the risk and rewards that I'm trying to take. So I lowered down towards, if it's bigger than $40, you'll see me take like 100 shares. Reason why is because I noticed that the risk and reward wasn't matching correctly. There's AMRN breaking down. I'll look for it to bounce to VWAP, but if not, let it go. But yeah, that's what I really changed. I think that's helping me. I'm going to try to trade if it's between a mid cap or a penny stock. I'll look for 200 to 300. All right, guys, can't let this get above this right here, this breakdown, where this breakdown happened. If it comes right here, that's fine, but can't let it get above here.
And also, guys, if you want to use the same platform as us, I'll post this link. There's a lot of benefits. You know, what's your options as a new trader? Your option as a new trader is either to deposit thousands into a conventional platform or go a different route like we do. And with TradeNet and TEFs, you get a trading course, a demo account, chat room access that comes with the bundle. And then once you're approved, you get to partner with them, become a contractor for them, and trade their account for them. And that's how they get around the PDT rule. It operates like a prop firm, and so there's a max loss of 700 and there's a 70-30 split. But again, you can short and there's no PDT rule, and I think it's just a much cheaper option. You know, instead of depositing thousands and risking thousands, and most new traders do lose their first account regardless of where they go, you can go the TradeNet route. It's $3.99. It's much cheaper. You're only risking basically $400 with their base package, and you're getting 14K in buying power. And I think that's ridiculously cheap. If you want to check that out, it's a great way to help support our channel. We do make a commission if you sign up through us, but again, it's just super cheap. And here's the link if you want to check it out. You can also check out Trade Ideas. You can use the promo code BT15 right there and you get 15% off. In my opinion, they're the best scanners in trading by far. Super customizable dynamic scanners, and you can see there's the link that Nightbot kindly posted in the chat. And again, to get 15% off of their products, you can also use our promo code, which is BT15.
All right, guys, above 28s, we got to get out here. So rejection here is where we want to see it. There's 59 28s. Let's see what we get. There you go. Good rejection there. See, on sometimes I would add right here and hold towards that same price that I just mentioned, which was 59.28 or above that. But I've been doing that lately and it doesn't work out for me. So you got to go with what's working, and that's letting the trade and the original plan work. Let's let that original plan work here. Overall, guys, a great day today, guys. So
Yeah, solid day for sure. You're killing it
I don't
today.
know who's watching yet, but if you're brand new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button. We do this every single day. I think that's something that there's really none other like us out there that's really trying to help the beginner trader out, get you guys strategy breakdowns, get you guys to watch us trade. Not only watch us trade, but you see my order forms here, time and sales, account manager, active order. There's nothing hiding. And I think that's the really key that we definitely do over anybody else. You know, you might see sometimes where you see this account manager, but then you don't see the order form.
I don't see the order form, I don't trust anybody in trading.
Right.
So I want to see order forms. I want to see them actually make the trade. I want to see them click the entry. I want to see them sell, and those are the
Yes,
key
sir.
things. I want to hear that they put the active order out, and then I want to look at their active orders.
Yeah.
Be like, don't tell me you have an order out there and then you don't even have the order out there.
Right. Yeah, somebody accused me of it the other day because I was like, hey, I just bought this put option on Robinhood, and they were like, no, you didn't. And then I just kind of showed it, and I was like, okay, here you go. I get it, man. I get it. You know, I get it. Why? I get why. Because a lot of times, like even live streaming channels, like, right, you'll see a lot of channels live streaming. What do? Right? They don't actually show you their executing platform. They just say, I'm in this stock. They show you scanners, and they just say, I'm in this stock. I'm out of this stock. Because there's no accountability there, honestly. There's none.
Yep.
And so the reality is it takes time, and you know, Mitch and I, one of the biggest benefits of being here is that we're not experts, we're not gurus, we're not claiming to be, and that causes less pressure on us, you know. And that's the fun part about it, is that look, I could lose every day. Y'all can't get mad at me because I'm not an expert. I'm not selling a course.
Yeah, man. And that's why we tell you guys, it's not about taking our trades, it's about learning how we trade and maybe adjusting how you trade. Maybe finding the strengths. Maybe we teach you something that can help you. Maybe you trade range stocks and we can help you learn resistance and support a little better. And that's really what we're here for, guys.
Yep. Hey, we still need to do the Halo meetup. Who here would be interested in the Halo meetup, man? You know? Who here? Halo Master Chief Collection. I was trying to organize one yesterday. Nobody bit. You know, come on, let's play some Halo. We could do a Halo meetup. It'll be fun. I don't have Call of Duty though.
You see, like today's one of those days where I'm doing so good. I should maybe swing a little bit harder, but I'm trying to make my base hits.
I think with your
I'll take my base hits.
I think with your account size, you're doing it right. I think you're taking the right sizing because your goal is not to risk too much in your account. You're doing an intro small account challenge, so your goal is just to not risk that much, and I think you're doing fine.
Yeah, we make another $100 today. I mean, that's what we need to keep doing.
100%. How long is it taking you to get there? No, you're good, James. A few years.
All right. Now, I love that breakdown right there.
James,
why,
you might
guys?
not be live though.
Because once we get through this now, 26s are out. We're getting a little tighter and tighter. Only risking $3 on the trade with $3 commission. I'll take that any day.
Nah, not Fortnite, man. I'm not a child, you know.
I can't do that, man. That's just too much motion.
Yeah.
They give me motion sickness.
Fortnite, man. I ain't doing it, man. PUBG, on the other hand, I'm down with PUBG. Fortnite, you know,
I actually have a PUBG controller.
Right. If my daughter's talking about it, I don't want to play it. You know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right,
PUBG's
guys.
gangster,
Here's where we could see kind of me get squeezed out. I'm not going to get hold over this. It's right now going to squeeze me out, guys. Just be careful here. See, 29 did failed. I'm just going to step out. Out. We'll take that controlled loss right there at $28.
Yeah, I got you, James.
All right, guys.
I know. I figured you were a little bit behind, James. That's why I was trying to help you out, man.
All right, guys. Just got out of that trade only in EMPH here. So I'm going to take a second here, guys. If you guys want to go ahead and check out the package that John and I use, that we actually trade with TradeNet, the funded account package. What I really like about it is that it uses TEFs and an execution platform that's just as fast as if you ever heard of DOS. That's what I would compare it to. What I like is that at the end of the day, with TradeNet, you guys see it here. I'm trading long and short and trading the stocks that I want to trade. A lot of times you'll see traders get stuck or they can't get in this trade because restriction margin, or they can't get in a trade because they have to borrow shares. And that's not what I worry about right now, guys. Maybe in the future, that's what I'll worry about. But for right now with TradeNet, it gives me the advantage of not worrying about that. I worry about just trading what I want to trade, going long on what I want to trade, shorting what I want to trade. If it is tradable, you will be able to short it. And I think that's such a great advantage a lot of traders don't have. So definitely check out TradeNet, guys. It gives you not only the funded package, but you're going to get a complete course. You get also a demo account for 2 weeks so you can practice. I think that's very important. You know, a lot of traders need to practice their trade so that they can really kind of get the execution down. And so if you guys want to go and take that next step into live,
I'm using the intro account. I'm trying to show you guys that we can make it. The real key is going to be the process. Can we stick to our process with the pressure that comes with intro accounts? That's why I'm doing it for you guys, so you guys can see. Yeah, there's days that I'm going to be high pressure. There's days that you guys might hear me frustrated. The reason why is the small account comes with that. Comes with high pressure. Anytime you get swings in your account, it's very hard to focus on your process versus the realized or unrealized results. So that's really the next level of trading, guys. To understand that you're not here for that realized and unrealized. You're here to continue your process. That's really going to take you to the next level.
Check your Discord, brother, if you can.
And also, guys, if you guys haven't noticed already, we have the join button there. The join button there is to actually become a member of our channel. And the really great thing is, not only do you get statistical data that we're going to try to help you guys out with, but you get the emojis. Have you guys seen the emojis yet?
Yeah, the coveted.
There's nothing like them. But really, what I really like, guys, is that we're going to be able to be a team, a family. I think there's nothing better than growing together. John and I have been trading together for over 2 years now. And, I don't think I would want to trade with anybody else.
Yeah, for sure.
If you guys want to continue building a family, having that kind of mentality, coming in every day and working towards progress, let's go ahead and hit that subscribe, hit the like, guys, so that I can see that you guys support the family and support the team.
Yeah, you can become a member through this link as well, and members are going to get access to, we're keeping everything here free, because in the end, we're just a free resource and community, and, that's what we're really all about, guys. But if you want to become a member, it's just a great way to help support our free content, and we're going to try to do a few member-exclusive videos and live streams per month. But again, everything we're doing now is free. The live stream is going to stay free. Weekly videos are going to stay free. And that's really because what we're about. We're about a free resource and community. We're not experts. You can come here, watch us trade with us, hang out with us, watch us go through the daily emotions and frustrations in trading. And that's really what we're about here. And so if you appreciate that, hit that like button. We're at 92 likes. If we could pull it up to 100, that would be great here. Let's try to break 100 likes today. We got 92 likes, only 5 dislikes. You can see Jonathan, my man, has the beautiful emojis here. The coveted John, Mitch, and Carol emojis. Go check those out. Look, he's got that dope badge as well. You can become a member for $4.99 a month. Go check it out.
Definitely, guys. All right, so we're at 92 likes here. This is going to 100.
Yeah,
where we at, guys?
This.
Come on.
We got this.
We got 200 people, guys. If you guys like seeing us show everything, like seeing me trade this EMPH and trade Maxar today, guys, let's go ahead, hit the like button. Look at Maxar today. Look at that vibe today, guys.
Let's drag it up.
We could still have it. We could still have this chart.
Yeah. Let's drag it up.
This is why we kind of preach the VWAP bounce, guys. It's been
Lately,
one of the best trades of the year. If you guys haven't seen it, I put a video out on it. Look at this trade. We could still be holding this thing from a beautiful entry of 1907 on this pullback. We got in. The low of the candle was 1901. Was able to risk there about 7 cents. That's what we want to do, guys. Hit the like. Appreciate it.
I like the comments. Long on likes at 98 for the breakout of 100. Are the likes at a resistant point of 99? Yeah, we're at 107 now. Appreciate the love.
That's that breakout. That's that breakout.
There's the breakout,
There's my
sell into buying pressure.
I would say, guys, there's my first pump. But I won't dump it for you guys.
We're pumping the likes up, pumping, just don't dump it.
I won't dump it.
Yeah.
I won't dump it.
All
right, guys. Looks like I'll get up. There you go. Got a little stopped out there in EMPH. That's fine. We look like we could have probably got that 31 breakdown. Maybe could have taken profit. But when you're trading multiple stocks, sometimes you just got to leave the stops and let them go. And that's what I did today. So I'll be happy with the trades. Can't be upset. It's a great day for us. Let's go ahead and continue, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe, and also add our Discord. You guys can talk to us there on the positions you guys get in, the strategies that are working well. The chat was on fire yesterday, guys. We had, I think, over 200 messages in one day. So that just shows you guys that there's definitely traders in there talking about trades every single day. So even if you don't want to talk to John and I, you can talk to other traders that are definitely pushing towards the same success that you are. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for us today. I hope you guys have a great day. And like always, guys, beginner in, beginner out.
That's right. Yeah, hold on. Let me post this one more link here for our Discord just so they can see it. So I'll post the Discord link really quick, team. Hold on one second. That way you can kind of follow along with us if we do try to get into something else. Hold on, let me find that. My bad. I'm running a little late.
Ooh, Gideon. Good job. Way to get that one.
Here we go. Bye, y'all. Go be profitable. Yeah, I don't know. I'll see if I trade a little bit more today. We'll see. Whenever I start to do bad, and especially when the chat is kind of, I don't know, I try to get into a few trades after the stream, and I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. Right now, I am in AMD here, and you can see I'm kind of scaling out of it. Like I said, don't get mad at me for it. Just, I try to trade a little bit. Sometimes you need to take a step back, and trading on stream is extremely difficult. I'm in with 1,000 shares left, but I've made back about $100 so far, and we'll see how that goes. I've already made my money back on it, and I'm holding 1,000 shares left. AMD, I got a little bit stubborn with it. We're going to see if we get the breakdown under 69, but I'll probably hold the rest pretty close to break even, and maybe I'll start fighting back a little bit more. But I'll try to record it if I do keep trading, because like I said, I mean, sometimes I just got to take a step back from the stream. The stream's super emotional when you have hundreds of people watching you. And so, in the end, I try to do my best to grow the account. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I think I posted the Discord now. Let me see. Yeah, I got you. So go join the Discord if you want to follow along. I'll probably trade the rest of the day by myself and maybe make a video about it or something like that. But as you can see, I'm in AMD holding 1,000 shares left. Made about $100 so far on this trade. And we're going to see what else we can get with it. But wish me luck,
team.
team.
Stopped out in MPH by 1 cent. But instead of trying to chase now, I'm just going to end the day, guys. Pat on the back, come in tomorrow, repeat the process.
Yep, that's right.
That's it, guys. You guys have a great day.
All right, team, have a good one. Later, guys.